There we go. I'll turn my mic on.
Nice work,
it wouldn't be a segment if I didn't do that at least once.
He does this every day.
Welcome
in the
back,
studio,
ladies and gents. It is, of course, the Grand Finals. It's the third map. We have been blessed with a third map between two of the best teams in the world. Astralis and Team Liquid have fought tooth and nail to get to this point, and it will be settled on Dust 2.
Now you guys can see, you guys at home can see how tall I am, by the way, because everyone's shocked because we normally sit and we're like this.
It makes everyone think that I'm really small.
I'm all the way up here. Like if I, yeah, there we go. This is 6'4".
I'm almost 6 foot. Yeah, I'm like 5'11" and 3/4. I'm 181 centimeters.
That's just embarrassing, man.
What do you mean?
5'11" and 3/4. Who says that?
You know what's embarrassing? But you can't fit through some doors that I can fit through.
I'll just
That's an
take the door
embarrassing
frame
moment.
with me. It's fine. I don't.
How much head trauma? How much storage head trauma have you had?
Quite a bit actually. Quite a bit. Dust 2, I think, will be a great decider. There's a lot of favour for Team Liquid on the desk. all I can think about is those kind of almost legendary holds of the long position from Astralis' CT side. So I think this one is going to be juicy as hell as a finisher for this series. We got there. It's what you wanted, and here we are. Liquid and Astralis on Dust 2. I don't quite know what to expect. But indeed, it does seem that the people favour Team Liquid, not just because it's a home crowd, but just in general in this particular matchup on this map. But for me, man, it's just hard not to pick Astralis. But it's been so competitive. It really has. But, I mean, it's pretty hard to deal with Astralis' CT side on Nuke, as we've seen. But that's come and gone now. Team Liquid did just enough on Vertigo to take it to this third map.
Yeah, and like Ilona was saying, like historically, this map has been with Team Liquid, and it's no wonder as well. They have players that are very well suited to this, extremely versatile players, very dynamic, very powerful, and we've seen some of that power from pretty much everybody across this series. Again, I think the only player that you would say for Team Liquid that hasn't done anything crazy just yet is maybe Twist, and of course we have very high expectations for Twist as well. But here we go, we're into the knife rounds, and this will decide, of course, the sides.
Show me the knives, man. I want to see the knives. Let's do this. Yeah, there we go. Got a paracord knife for Twist. Nice stuff. Stock one looks pretty nice. Ooh. And there's the Ebola knife for Nitro, as I like to call it, because it looks diseased. Well, there we go. Team Liquid win another knife round, and they will start on the CT side. So we'll see what they choose to do. Soon it begins. The last map here. ECS Season 8 Finals, the grand final in Arlington, Texas, the esports stadium. There is, of course, that huddle. As always, look at those stars on the back. Respect them, each one of them.
Yeah, what a journey they have had as a team. And, it would be definitely not according to plan if they were to falter here, James. This has been an incredible year. And a year for Astralis well, of course, they started out the year not in the best fashion. Of course, they are by Powerland, losing to Liquid as the first time in that rivalry in 2018. Many people discounted that tournament, though, all things considered. And then Team Liquid had their own, just small era, a couple months where they were absolutely devastatingly strong. And we had all the drama with, Astralis and everything else like that. Astralis had to overcome that. But then they came back. They came back without question and started dominating once again, just like we knew them to do. And the only thing that would be acceptable for them at this point, James, with standards as high as theirs, is domination here as well in this final.
Last comments, expectations, drills, strats before this begins. And also, I wonder if it's partly just to make their opponents sit there and wait for them. All on the same page. Can they win another ECS? They've got a great record at this tournament. Number 8 is on the line, and it comes down to Dust 2. With the stock models, of course. I saw that green character running around. It's unbelievable how ridiculous, whatever it's called. It's ridiculous.
It blends in.
Right.
There it is, Battle Cry.
Here we go. Time to plug in and log on. Again, Astralis will start on the T side of Dust 2. A very storied team. Both these teams are now. The horsey horse of Team Liquid will make their way to the CT side, of course. He's doing as usual. That's basically part of his routine at the beginning of a match now. Nitro will be the man with the defuse kit. 2 flashbangs. Kevlar for the rest of the team. And here we go. 14 seconds away from the first round on Dust 2. Device will have a P250, that extra range for the one-taps. And there's a lot of utility here for Astralis.
There absolutely is. It's going to be interesting to see exactly how they decide to use that on this map. Maybe it's about a cat play towards that A site. We'll have to see how it's going to come to fruition. And it's going to be a long take to begin with. There's no CTs there, though. In fact, as per usual, Team Liquid have offered up this cat take. And Twist will make his way forwards, getting all the information. Look at this device. He knows what's up. This is, again, a fairly standard pistol round. How far does Twist go? He only goes as far as he need go. Doesn't want to walk into a duel. And Astralis are kind of playing off of this. They're waiting a little bit, because if they're in this timing, there could be a pick. And, of course, it's been given up now.
The thing is, the players on short can hear the T's on long. If they're near blue and they're running around, they can be heard. So that's a lot of information, and maybe that helps the rotation from Liquid. They're still spread out, though, between top, mid, and A. Just look at the respect that both these teams have for each other. Astralis have been here for years, it feels like, and Team Liquid still aren't flanking.
No one's going to make a mistake, or no one wants to make a mistake first, at least, as Twist finally starts creeping forwards as he hears that fire coming through. And that might all be a trick here. They'll certainly know that there's a player on the flank. They absolutely know there's a player on the flank, but now they have to push the site. The time is against them. Elige will not get anything there from Elevator, but he's got teammates just firing off shots from Catwalk all over the place. There's a Molotov. There's one of those pieces of utility. The key pieces of utility have all been deployed in Twist. He's slowly but surely making his flank known. It's going to be Glaive with the bomb plant, though. A 3v5. It's going to be so hard to hold on to this, and surely Twist will swing from long soon enough. But now he won't get an angle because everybody's covered from long, except maybe Device. And the pops from Device are strong.
What a turnaround. Stewie doing what he can. He's sat in a sandwich. The first kill in that pistol round comes in with 37 seconds left on the clock. Astralis versus Team Liquid looks like a battle which we hope races on for years and years. The sheer respect they have for each other is fantastic to see as things start. Everybody wants the gold, but only one team can take it. The flank from Twist, it was so important that it was taken out. That left Team Liquid pretty much on the low ground towards CT spawn. That's a horrible situation to try and retake it. Device is going to take one in the face. Dewey is angry and he's looking for more.
Yeah, those scout shots, you're really wary of those. Magis will creep past the smoke. He spotted one going down to the pit, it seems. It's not a great smoke. It's a little bit shallow here. He will go through it. This is dangerous.
This is real dangerous.
Will he find something, though? He's going for the flicks. He'll be so careful. There's the trade attempt. Very nicely done. Very confident from Magis. Looking for the third. Of course, he gets it. And that's going to cripple the round immediately as Dupree swings out with the MP7. And a gun that we really don't see too much of these days.
Yeah, Dupree's been consistently buying the MP7 in certain spots, but I can't think of a single other person in this tournament I've seen buy the MP7. Again, same slot as the MP5, a better gun. If you ignore the lack of traces for the MP5, everything else is pretty much better. But it's not the most popular weapon at the moment, and that's before the cheaper Galil and the FAMAS.
Exactly, and that's the thing, isn't it? The cheaper Galil, they're still choosing it over the Galil. Is a great weapon. Either way,
cheaper, I mean reduced price, of course.
It's really good to see Magis having the confidence to just go for a play there. That's like a very big deal. You got to pick spots in which you feel like, okay, I can get an advantage here, as opposed to just trying to play it safe. Playing it safe is something that you have to take. You have to take the best risks, in which you have the most advantage, of course. Nothing is without risk in this game. And Stewie looking to have an electrifying round, as there are a couple players who could potentially be walking towards him, but it's going to be difficult to get the range he needs to get the fatal shot. So he's going to go for it. He gets the connection, but that's what I was talking about. Unless you get close enough, it's not a one-shot kill.
Dupree getting peppered from the A bomb site. Not terribly concerned, though. He's more focused on B because he doesn't know what the status is. The bomb just leaving T-spawn now, heading towards that B bomb site, which is about to be secured. Elige looking towards the doors. Glaive doesn't want to overextend here. He could get his bell rung by these USPs. Gets a 1v1 at least, but there's no need to pursue. Don't need to chase a man of a USP when you've got a Krieg. Not much to really win in that situation. Falls back. He's got his teammate in tow, so they are relatively safe. Flying Dupree, rather, will run distraction while Glaive will get that final kill. So Astralis have a good start on Dust 2. Now we'll see what they choose to do in terms of the weapons they've been carrying. In fact, one gets switched out immediately. Magis buys an AWP, so I think he'll drop his MAC-10. Because Glaive just playing anti-eco, thinning out these numbers. The first buy round is in for the final map of this series.
AWP on device, looking for the cross shot. But to see if there's anything to be done there. Looks like he won't be able to get anything. And that's okay. Nitro's going to hit the stepping. Oh, this could be very explosive. Oh my goodness, Zipex gets a very quick opening kill there. Glaive with one as well. Stewie looks to go forwards. Oh, the flashbang is doing its magic, but the problem is Stewie couldn't get the kill. Oh, of course he goes through the door. That is fantastic. Knows his angles, that is to be sure, but he might just walk into device. Does get some damage onto device here. Device in a little bit of trouble. They'll fall back in a way. It's going to be difficult, though, for them to stop or rather retake this bomb site. They have the utility to do it, though. 3 Molotovs are available here for Liquid. That's huge, James.
One towards the car. You can see Nafly is going for below the window. I'm not sure if it'll make Magisk move from his position, but the flames will start to spread, and so will the CTs into the site. Street by the car now. There's 1 versus 2. The trades are here. Again, that Molotov stopping the Magisk from repositioning, and Stewie is able to defuse the bomb by double stack. That's just a perfect utility for the retake, really. Takes a lot of positions away from Astralis, and that's the first round on the board for Team Liquid, but at what cost? Most of their players have got about 35, 38, 50 in the bank, and only 1 player survived. That was quite a charge from Zipex. Stewie with so much to do. Oh, how about that for an angle?
What a beautiful couple of plays there from Stewie. Nothing on the cross once again, but of course the CDs have to drop that cross smoke, which allows fast timings down suicide, which the device will take full advantage of.
Did you see the angle device was holding, though? There's a gap at the top of the left door, which I think you can see a CT jumping past, which is quite interesting. So rather than going for the gap, maybe CT jumps over the smoke into that gap and he tags them on the way. Have to keep an eye on that in the future rounds. Elige is already in a position to avoid the mid to B smokes, or at least look over them. But for now, it's the take of short A for Astralis. We use utility to take certain angles away. Try not to get orbed, although Naf has an orb by the car on long. Twist is deep long in the pit with 1 flashbang. If there was a push long, there wouldn't be much in terms of utility support for Twist, but the bulk of the push, if there is to be a push, will be coming in from short, it seems.
There's the Molotov. Ready to go by Magisk onto the site. You really want to be able to Molotov the ramp and Goose as well, if you can. There's that classic Avangard lurk smoke. And also the next smoke, which they love to throw as well in the boost position. Naf, though, covering the cross towards Elevator, almost gets that one. Surprised he missed, but he won't miss the second. Glaive falls. But the bomb site's been taken, and they should be able to get a short plant here at the very least. I'm looking for the fallback. Can't find it.
Yeah, they still have Zipex on the short position, and they had flashbangs. Now they don't have any more. Dupree's in a really tough spot. I don't know if anybody can help him. He's trying to make the pick as deep as possible. That's a nice first headshot, and Stui's taken down as well. Is this a safe situation now? Nitro has no position to go for a retake. Twist still in that long area, as he's been the entire round, pretty much. I think this round is over. Looks like Astralis will go back to winning ways. Zipex spots Nitro. Trigger discipline from Nitro, though. He'll do what he can, but he's surrounded by the entire Astralis team. Twist has nothing to do. Twist and Nitro not on the board just yet. As we move to round number 6, Twist 0 for 4, Nitro 0 for 5. AWP will be rescued. That will be something. At the very least, see how nervous he is even to pick that up. Crazy.
So what's the play here for Team Liquid? Again, Dust 2 is a difficult map because you don't have many aggressive options at all if you compare it to maps like Overpass, where you get a huge degree of options. All the options here are very risky because if you do die, the rotations are very, very punishing. You can be so far away, and the rotations for the T's are much better.
You see the gap above the door now. But they jumped lower on this occasion. Zipex looking for Nitro to jump onto the platform. Once you're up on the platform, there's nowhere to hide really, so it's you've got to be really careful. You have to get onto the other side of the ledge because it does elevate you over the box even if you're crouching. So you'll often see the CTs throw a flash and a smoke first. Stewie's got a great angle over this smoke. It's so deep, it's gone down the bottom of the stairs. Surely he gets one for free here.
Yeah, there it is. Looks good. and they are going to commit through the smoke here. There's a player close as well. It's going to be very difficult, although, oh, what a flick from Stewie. Can he get anything else, though? Nat's burning alive. They're all pushed forwards, and there's nowhere to go for Stewie either, and it's going to be a wipeout. What a beautiful push from Astralis, despite losing 2 players quickly. They managed to overwhelm the CTs of Liquid, and they are left in a 1-5 now as Astralis increase their score.
Yeah, nice opening kill from Stewie. Got a nice flick towards the end, around double stack as well. Smoke to give himself some space with the Molotov flying behind him. But there were more flames, so many flames that he couldn't avoid them all. 5-1. Still time for Liquid to make an appearance in this game. Still 2 players on 0, but they're on a full buy. AWP is out for Naf. He has no Kevlar, but there's good utility on the rest of the team. And a very fast take of short from Astralis.
Yeah, they're going for the fastest take. And ooh, the boost as well, that's actually pretty devious. It doesn't look like it's going to catch Naf, or will it? Naf is just hanging out. He's falling back. So Liquid again. Look, this is just us too. You're just, as the CTs, you're kind of stuck now. We just have to respect that, and this is what they're doing. They're going for the information play towards tunnels, and that will tell them it's going to be a guaranteed. Can they hold on the side though? High flash for Elish to peek with, but the flames are really denying Elish too much vision. He will go again, but there's nothing there.
The T starting to spread, but the flashes have come and gone, and AWP still has an angle. Oh my god, Magisk is just going to wreck everybody on the A bomb side. They've been cleared out. Liquid still have position of long, and they're about to take short as well, so this hold could be difficult for Astralis. There's an incendiary for Stewie if he can find an angle for it. Moving away now, looking for a flank, and there could be one from Dupree. He spots Stewie, the trigger discipline. He sees 2. They know that the CTs are saving now. They're lining up. There will be a trade. It'll be made more expensive for Liquid. Will Nitro survive? Sibex is hunting. He could have help from top mid, though, if it comes in fast enough. Twist is about to make it there. So perhaps there'll be survival for Team Liquid. But it is going to be 6-1 in favor of Astralis, having a storming start to Dust 2 on the T side.
Yeah, it's looking really good. I think, again, Liquid's situation is definitely dire. I think they can be comfortable with 5 to 6 rounds on that CT side. It is definitely a T-sided map. And so far, yeah, indeed, it's all the momentum is with Astralis. They are really hitting some great shots so far. And I feel like, we haven't seen any. I mean, the thing about Astralis, it's just that their incredible team play is really what stands out to me. Sure, Magis hits a few nice shots there, but pretty much anyone on this lineup is going to hit some great shots when they get the position to do it. And then there's a device watching for the gap, as you're talking about. Big P from Dupree, fast long timing, and he beats out Nitro. That's a problem for Liquid.
They see that there's a CT in the pit. The grenade trajectory will tell the story. Through the choke point, Astralis will surely go. 3 players by those doors now. There'll be an instant trade. And 3 pistols remain. Look at the harassment, the rattling of the Kriegs on long. So much presence shown. But they're starting to back off, maybe knowing that they'll attract attention there, keeping the CTs honest. And indeed, Nafly's rotating, but he could have a jump on Astralis. Although from free-for-all deathmatch, they should know where a CT would peak. About here. There we go, Glaive will deal with it. And that leaves 2, 4 versus 2 with plenty of range to be had and Molotovs. Well, 1 Molotov on Magisk. Still being very patient though, Astralis. Team Liquid a maximum loss bonus. You can see the money that's left in the hole. They'll be on a real full buy next round as well. And maybe the dying seconds of this round could give them some extra time to think about how they turn things around.
Be so nice if Stewie could just steal away a weapon, a Krieg especially, or the Orb, which is right there in front of him. Maybe there's a chance, actually. Yes! It looks like he can, with devices with the shot. So there it is. So we can get the collection of the AWP. There's another player close, though. Stewie knows that he's going to be so careful in this position. Wants to try to get out of there. And they're already dropping to go for the pursuit. And Stewie is not going to be unable to keep that Orb in the hands of Team Liquid. If they want one, they're going to have to buy it.
Yeah, with the money in the hole and the bomb not planted, he believes in himself. If they give him a chance to take a round, he'll take it. Team Liquid will take a timeout before they start things off again. Their money, $6,000 to $7,000 in the hole for the most part, Team Liquid. But success has been so brief, just 1 round by the fuse. Apart from that, it has been a nightmare. Nitro, 1 for 7. Twist, 2 for 6. Twist, 2 for 6. Elish, 2 for 8. When do you get to say that?
Yeah, they've just not had many spots to really work with. Astralis looking great, for that is to be certain. Double ops is definitely a good answer. Both Stewie and Nav have been hitting great shots in this series so far. This has to be the turnaround. This has to be the moment. Here we go. Liquid. Don't get someone picked immediately. That's the one thing that you really want to avoid. Device isn't even going for the shot, actually. He's just going for a super fast timing there. Flashbangs through the double doors as he takes a very, very, very forward angle immediately. Won't see anything, though. And you can see Team Liquid have 4 players towards the A side of the map here at the moment to begin with. This is so tense right now. There's the peak. Nav has to fall off. More position for Device.
Bomb's been left in a rotating position. Astralis with a pretty good spread, trying to identify the makeup of this Team Liquid side. One AWP spotted towards the A bomb site. Stewie has another towards B. This is a surprise for now, though. We've seen a lot of slow T side rounds from Astralis on all 3 maps, where there's just been little information for Team Liquid to go off of. Dupree gets a pick in the mid position and falls back. He's low, but he's alive, and live is important. We see Glaive trying to creep out now. You can quietly hop up on this right-hand side, and he has an angle against Stewie by double stack. But Stewie has a peek, great timing from him. And there's a fair chance at another 1 versus 1 if he's fast enough. The Molotov's towards the back. He'll be compromised in his position. Will he fall to the flames? He's got 1 HP! Oh, he's just about to pull the trigger, but he falls to the flames after all. 3 versus 3, retake situation. There's a Molotov just collected by Liege, which will help for the retake. We've got Nitro in T spawn, the remaining 2 in CT spawn.
Yeah, this will be really, really tough. The flashbangs will really make a big difference, especially as they get Nitro into position from the upper tunnels. If they get a flashbang, he's going to be able to face the plateau. So they're going to have to wait for Nitro, perhaps. Or do they not want to wait for him? He's a while away. There goes the close incendiary, and Team Liquid have to start making the move. What a shot from Dupree, and he's ready for the tons push, but he'll go down to Nitro. This is going to be very hard now. Nitro forces his way in with the M4. There's the first duel, and he'll fall against Device. Another great round from Astralis, and again, I got to say, Stewie has been doing such good work on the B-bomb side, James. You can't really ask more from him than what he's delivering so far.
Yeah, he's pretty much the only person fragging for the squad at the moment. 10 kills for Stewie, 5 for Nav. The rest are all on 2. Astralis playing a masterclass. But look at that double Molotov. There's nowhere for him to stand. He can't go up plat. He can't go on double stack. He can't take any cover with the AWP. There's fire everywhere. How on earth do you adjust for that?
Oh, what the hell? Oh my God, Stewie. All right, well, he'll get a quick kill there, but it looks like Magis will defend. He's down to 12 HP though, so...
He's done a really good job in rounds like this, clearing out a number of players in that long position round after round. Hello, all good for 15 HP of damage. Nav with the P250, at least his aim is on point in this round. Wrong weapon to get a kill though. Dupree by the doors. And Astralis get quiet and start to creep.
Info play upper dark, and maybe they'll find Dupree before Twist does with that push. It looks like that is actually going to be the case because Twist is not moving. Dupree though, will they check the close left? It seems unlikely that they will check for that immediately.
He's going to get pinched.
Dupree is the edge though. Oh, but here goes Twist. Oh no, it's just the worst case for Liquid. The absolute worst case scenario. Twist still gets it, but that could have been better.
I can't believe he saw both of them, but he gets spotted from T-spawn rather than from any of those players right next to him. That's completely ridiculous, but this is actually something they could go for. I wouldn't be surprised if they do. 2 Creeks and a 2 versus 3. Never mind. Elige is alone now. Got a lot of work to do. No defuse kit, so that changes everything pretty damn quickly. And off they go, 9-1 for Astralis.
As long as, again, they can find their way to, 5 rounds or so, it will be comfortable enough to take into that second half. But this is looking dangerously... This is looking very dangerous. It's looking like they're getting kind of deflated. Like you said, James, the only person that's really been fragging is Stewie, who's the B-bomb site anchor, which means that whenever Astralis are pushing towards long, Liquid are not getting the frags. Whenever they're pushing towards catwalk and middle, Liquid are not getting the frags. They're only getting frags from Stewie on B. And most of the early and mid rounds, you're going to find the T's around catwalk, around long, and so on and so forth. So something has to change here for Liquid. But what is the change that they want to make?
How on earth do they even approach the B bomb site with those mollies that are coming in from Astralis? Like, how do you turn things around? They're still playing double AWPs. It has been effective. It's just they can't position themselves to deal with it. And indeed, we saw a cap boost before, but this one's more aggressive. Looking towards the lower tunnel is Naf. Astralis starting slow though, not shy at all for a slow round. And there's just like, where are the gaps in their strats? You've got those flashbangs in that short position and Liquid are forced away. There's just nothing is given for free to Team Liquid.
One of the things that really sucks when you go for the cap boost is if the T's actually went for a long take really fast, that's going to be at least 3 players. So you're not going to really catch many people going under towards the lower dark. But it's just very fast. Oh my god, it's so quick. There's a trade at the very least from Elige, and Xyp9x is in a hot spot, but he's able to get out of there, and the cover now has come through on Device. And Astralis do not have to commit, but it looks like maybe they will match this with the perfect timing from Catwalk. Twist will turn around in time to make it. Well, at least a 3v3, but it's still looking very difficult. Twist with more damage done here now. Astralis finally looking like they're in a weak position, but can they be finished off?
Xyp9x needs to get that bomb planted. Device by the card. That's completely wallbangable. You can shoot through both those windows, especially with a Krieg. Xyp9x being as careful as he can. You can see Stewie in that boost position. Twist just keeping laser eyes on that car. There's a spray, a burst, but he won't win the duel. Now what is next? 2 versus 2, 35 seconds on the clock. Xyp9x making some steps. That will delay a bomb plant. And Nitro's going to rotate in the meantime, it looks like, but to where? Does he go towards long? He is. He's going to run all the way towards long. He's bought time for the rotation. Stewie starts to look up. Oh no! The bomb's on the side. Device now by that car. 18 seconds. And don't forget, Nitro's rotating towards long. He's got to be fast. Stewie on the low ground just jiggling, and they've pulled a round out of the bag. But how many more rounds are we going to see from Team Liquid in this half? Look how desperate that was, just for a second round.
Yeah, great stuff from Stewie though. Look, I just love the confidence there. Jumping twice is just enough to, I think it's actually 3 times in total, but just enough to bait Device. And so sick. Stewie's playing just out of his mind here. Stewie, what a god, and that's the Stewie they need. They need one other guy to start stepping it up. Twist had a great round there to offer up a good defense, but 2 rounds against the 9. You know, it's terrible. It is terrible, but at least that's something to work off of. The main issue here is money now. There's an unlimited amount of money, it would feel like, at least. I mean, of course, Astralis, they do have a limited amount of buys. They don't have all 16K or something, but there will be another buy. And if there's a bomb plant, there'll be another buy as well for Astralis. So Liquid have to win a couple in a row before they are going to find Astralis in a safe situation. And it looks like we may have another long take coming in, based off of Magisk and Xyp9x looking towards long here. Not the best long spawns in the world, but it will do. There's a corner smoke from Device. Very fast one. And there's a well-timed flash by Dupree, and Xyp9x pushing in. And here goes the challenge. Twist a little bit slow to that one, but the Flames will do it in return. Elige picks off one as well. 3v3. That's actually not terrible here for Team Liquid, James.
That grenade went absolutely nowhere, but it's not too important. What's important is Liquid winning some more rounds. They still have a chance for 6. I do wonder if Stewie's rotation was heard by Glaive, if he was close enough by those middle doors. Device is inside the pit with the bomb. If he was trying to escape, Naf would have an angle of the AWP. So there's a really weird situation in long, and you can see Naf, oh my god, in the face. That's the bomb in a very committed position. That's disastrous for Astralis.
I was going to say, I don't think they actually realized that he was there because there was no smoke thrown into his position by a teammate. So that means Naf was unknown, and so that's a brilliant play for Naf to make with the element of surprise, and he spots the next one. Oh, he goes for a quick flick from behind the smoke, but he'll go down to the spray. Xyp9x, maybe that jump peek is something that he is going to rue, because this round is extremely doable for Astralis still, and Stewie's taken the position that he had. Maybe they won't suspect that.
Xyp9x on the barrels. Glaive has a Molotov. You can stand on that barrel and throw a molly to that car position, but do they want to risk it? It gives the position away if somebody isn't there. Footsteps will be heard by Stewie. Pulls that AWP. Surely he's going to snap and flick. Glaive has no idea. Trigger discipline takes him out straight away. Now Xyp9x is somehow going to get 1 versus 1. A smoke is going to be up. He knows. Does he know Nitro's in CT spawn? I think he does. Nitro creeping. 12 seconds to plant a bomb. Xyp9x has to buy some time. He's got some sound cues. If Nitro goes for it, he's got to respect the Molotov. Bad plant is secured. Xyp9x knows Nitro can only be behind these flames. Through the smoke, he's going to creep around the corner, but no. So close just to a 3rd round, but denied. after having the bomb lost in the pit, somehow Astralis turn it around.
That's so unfortunate. I mean, oh man, this position, so they don't know Naf is here. And so he uses that element of surprise. I think he understands that they would have thrown a Molotov if they knew that he was there, another one. But there was no follow-up, so he knows to make that play. And Stewie was with a really smart play as well to retake his Naf's position after Naf died. And it's so sad there for Team Liquid that they couldn't find a close on that round. What a difficult round. Now back onto the pistols, and it's so desperate. This is the worst map to just have a buy like this.
The team flash stops the player spotted in lower tunnel. That would have been Twist gone, but Elige has now got a rifle instead. Oh boy, Astralis are looking like absolute monsters on Dust 2. Let's not forget the fashion in which that second round was won by Team Liquid. Anarchy could go in their favor. Again, they don't know that anybody's lower tunnel, but it's being checked for, and things go from bad to worse for Astralis. This is the gift that Team Liquid needed. Device delivering, and things start to turn around now. Zipex has been seen with the bomb, though, and there is a rotation. One player going towards B. Two heading towards A, but quickly turned around to go back towards B as well. There's a smoke. Now we've got no retake utility whatsoever for Team Liquid. That Molotov won't come in time. Are they ready for it, though? It is going to be Anarchy on the B bomb site, and this is the last man standing. Astralis will deny. There was some variance to be had there for Team Liquid, but ultimately it's another round for Astralis.
Yeah, very difficult situation. Looked like there were some opportunities, but it's back to the double orbs here for Team Liquid. The best they can do out of this half is 4 rounds. Maybe they find those 4 rounds. Maybe they give us a real roller coaster of a ride with a comeback story, but it's going to be very difficult. At least they've got to secure those 2 rounds somehow. And so far it's been very, very desperate. Oh my God, just pumping those doors full of lead. And looking to claim the position. Oh, it's a deep cap play coming in from Elige. He's got very far forwards. He's committed, and Device gets the flick. And Device is looking for more here. He might just find more, because on the other side of that smoke is going to be Nitro, and he's going to take Nitro down as well. Cold-blooded killer. Device moves forwards, and Twist will defend. That's the bomb, though. That could be everything here for Liquid.
They still have a man disadvantage. Is it safe to hold this position? Perhaps not, because Naflight's been taken out on the A bomb site. Twist has to push forward because he's got Zipex creeping behind him. And the fire comes once again. 2 Molotovs in that short position. And now Twist is against the world. 12-2 for Astralis. They are all over this half.
What do you do? What do you do if you're Liquid? This is such a difficult position to be in. What a great shot from Device. Like Elige, I mean, they're, I think all of the Liquid players, they know they're in positions where they have to make huge plays. You see that extremely committed position from Elige. He knows he's got to hit that shot instantly. But Device, and I mean, the rest of Astralis, no one is missing. No one's giving any chances here for Liquid to try to capitalize upon it. Glaive goes for the peak there. The flashbangs are in, though, for Liquid. And I got to say, I don't think there's been a single time Liquid have actually fought for long when Astralis have gone for a long take and actually won. I think every time they've just lost long, and that's also been part of the problem.
Elige with the 1Ds, he's back. Dupree, does it connect? That would have been a clue. He's still alive though, Elige's dancing. And he's forcing Dupree away. Is there a gun to be collected? Well, the Molly will try to thwart that, but Elige will catch the Krieg. Elige's got a Krieg now. That's something for Team Liquid. They've got a 5 versus 4. Elige with the Krieg. They've got some kind of... Oh, I thought it might have been a double peek through the X-ray, but I'm not quite sure. Anyway, they still have position, Liquid. They so desperately need this 3rd round.
Yeah, Device 18 for 6. What an absolute god. Twist here at the FAMAS. This could be a big moment for Team Liquid. This would hamstring Astralis in this round if Twist is able to get a kill or 2. They're going to go forwards. How much does he commit? He does have support from the bomb site. So given that there's very light presence on Catwalk, Naf can assist Twist here. They can play off of each other. This is going to be it. Naf there is the first cross, gets the tag with the scout. There goes Twist with the FAMAS. It's working out. Good combo here. Good team play from Team Liquid, but out comes Dupree. And now it's just Device. He is 18 for 6, but it might be about to be 18 for 7 because he's going to push forwards into the bomb, and there's not too much for him to do. Taken down by Naf. That's at least something. 3 rounds. That's devastating, though.
Nitro finishes the half 2 for 13. 3 rounds for Team Liquid at half time. They've got a chance, but it's a pretty damn small one. We'll see if they can do it after the break.
cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to CS.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
Welcome back, ladies and gents. It was a devastatingly strong first half from Astralis in map 3 of this grand final against Team Liquid. They need your energy, Arlington. Let's hear you for Team Liquid. Let's see if they can make a comeback here. They're against everything, and Zipex is going to be the first contact for Team Liquid as they take Long away from the Danes. And it is a T-sided map. And this is going to be very tough. It's all on the line here. There's no nades for Astralis. They want to fight. No kits required. Oh, God. There's a nice thing coming in onto Zipex. Nitro with a molly and Device. First blood from Device there towards the lower dark position. And they can definitely understand that that's going to be the lurker dead. In comes the rest of Team Liquid, charging onto the bomb side, up the A ramp. And Astralis are stuck behind the smoke here. They should be able to get a bomb planted. And there it is. It's the bad plant, but it will do for now. It's good stuff from there from Naf, able to hold down the flank towards Long. And Nitro holding the A ramp as well. It's not really all that many places to go here for Team Liquid in terms of fallback positions. And there's 4 angry Danes about to attack, and here they come. A quick double peek from Zipex and Device. It's all going wrong right now for Team Liquid. It's up to Nat from this position, and Zipex nails him with the USP. And it's going to be another pistol victory for Astralis. It just simply gets worse for the Americans and Canadians.
They've planted a bomb, so it's not the absolute worst that has happened, but it's not too far off. 3-4-13. The Force Spy will, of course, be coming through. Nav picks up a Krieg immediately, which will go to Elige. We'll see what else they can buy around it. Are Astralis unstoppable now? That is the question. It's going to be such a long road to come back for Team Liquid. The CT side was a nightmare. Maybe the T side can be the dream. A Krieg for Stewie and the AK-47 for Twist, so the money being dispersed as necessary. Elige will have the UMP. That's a great start for Stewie. He's angry. When he's angry, he tends to play pretty damn well. He's got an opening kill on Long, and there's no way for Glaive to fall back to. 5 versus 3. They'll fall away from Long. Nav still harassing in those mid doors.
Some really good work there, but he is tagged down to 26. So I was wondering if he would consider giving it to or like swapping guns with a more healthy player, but he will continue with the scoped gun. And all the push comes through from Dupree. He takes out Nitro, and there it is. There's the punish from Stewie. 3 kills for Stewie in this round. He definitely wants to carry Team Liquid over the line. And that's a great frag. Magis, he's going to go forwards with his flashbang. He's looking to devastate them. Oh no, oh, you almost saw it happening. He got one though. He's made it doable for Zipex, but Twist, he turns up.
That was close. It looked like Elige and Elige and Stewie were about to switch weapons in mid when Stewie had to turn around and take somebody else. So that was pretty important. But the Force Spy has been successful, and that's fantastic for Team Liquid. They put Astralis in the worst situation, but of course, just having that 1 round extra so close to the championship is quite a problem. I think in most cases you'd want to reset on a second. Maybe not when your opponent rather starts on 12. See a bunch of pistols for Astralis, some grenades deployed. Team Liquid will be careful. Start slow. No tags just yet with that scout. Device seeking to destroy in mid. We've got Team Liquid now in that lower tunnel. Big spray from Elige, but not really connecting too many bullets with Glaive. Some more harassment, but Stewie's been tagged now down to 28. And there's still no kills here for Team Liquid. They don't have short just yet. Elige will look to take that though. Not too concerned, it seems. There'll be a grenade for him. Oh, it's bounced weird, but it'll have the same results.
And if Liquid are able to win this round fairly clean, they'll be up against an eco. And if they win that round fairly clean, all of a sudden they're up to 6 rounds, they have control of the economy, and Astralis are kind of in the situation that Liquid were perpetually in on the first half. So good tag from Device though. Then you've got to be careful about that. When the scout's out on the team that is forced buying or saving, you've got to make sure you minimize their opportunities to tag you before you get to a bomb plant. That's where you win the round. When you get that bomb planted, they don't have kits, they don't have utility, and here comes the swing coming in from Team Liquid. There's 2 players on the side though, playing the base setup. Zipex looking very dangerous here. If he goes down, he's got a teammate to play off. They don't know Glaive is here, he could actually wipe out everybody. There's the first, it's only the first though. Thank goodness for Team Liquid. They'll keep themselves on the bomb site alive, but the bomb only just now going down. It's a 3v3.
And look at the health. What do they have to lose here, Astralis? Not much, but Liquid could lose everything. And now it's Device with the scout, forced to move away. Don't think he was seen going through those middle doors. Naf will peek there, and he'll eat one as well. An expensive round for Liquid, but as long as they win them, that's all they can ask for at this point. Moving to 5 to the 13 of Astralis.
Device is 21 for 8. God damn.
That looks really worrying on the A-bomb site.
Yeah.
Just so many players tagged on their way there. No idea where Glaive is. In the middle of the A-bomb site, baiting off of his teammate. Could have been much more, but hey, Team Liquid get their consecutive rounds. The money sucks for Astralis. They need to deal with this scout or avoid it. That's the main threat here.
Yeah, I love how they just decided to just go for a swing onto the site, just like take the site properly, because that's one of the best ways to really end a round like that. And a lot of teams will try to get the picks, and that just increases the chances for someone like Device to get damage on you with the scout. And that's obviously not going to be good. So here we go. This is the full save, except obviously, well, it is a full save. Device obviously carrying that scout through from the previous round. Got to be careful you don't, again, get any early damage from that scout, and they'll be straight into the B site. So this is fantastic work from Naf, opening things up for his team. Always going to wipe him out with that Krieg, and he's going to have to fall back now. Has been tagged, got to respect it. And there we go, the wipeout. Liquid looking good here to claim this round and build some money. And even though it's going to be, 6 to 13 very shortly, it feels like, Liquid are going to give themselves a good chance now. They've got a good base to work from.
Yes, they do. I wonder what Device is going to buy. 53.50 in the bank. I think that'll have a lot to do with it. He's going to buy the AWP. No Kevlar necessary for him. Avoiding Device is going to be key, I think. Team Liquid could catch up quickly, but it has to start successfully here. 3 Kriegs, 2 AKs for Team Liquid, 6 to the 13 of Astralis. After the pistol, they've won 3, Team Liquid. Some shots through the middle doors, but no connection made. 2 plays heading towards B. Dupree will stay on the corner. There's a fast play from Glaive in a short position, but it's 1-for-1. It's 4 versus 4. They're lining up for Device. They're in a long position, and that's 4-on-3 now for Astralis. Fast-moving round. They back off. They're able to escape the position. Astralis, they will take along Liquid through the smoke, though. Elige will find a frag, but at the same time, Device keeps delivering. I said they had to avoid him. Finally gets taken down. 1 versus 2 for Twist.
Yeah, Twist in the clutch now. This is doable. Oh, there's a pop onto Magis. He spotted the next one. Twist is what he wants to go for it. Oh my God, that's not what you want to do. Go for a reload on the peak. But here it is, the swing. Oh, he's done it. That was so close. James, he was worrying me there. He starts reloading. What's he doing?
Stay away from Device.
Yikes. It looked like Device was about to get every kill with perfect timing, but thank God for Team Liquid's sake. They were able to shut him down. Device is looking just like a god. He's an absolute god. What other way can you describe him on the server?
This spray from Twist, that spraying with the Krieg, it's got to be the clutch spray. My God. 4 Desert Eagles out for Astralis. Team Liquid could catch up quickly now. Again, just stay away from Device. Glaive gets a nice 5-7 kills towards long, but position is taken by Team Liquid. Up on the barrel to Molotov that car position. It's a jump throw. Twist. We'll hear it, surely. There we go, ready for it. Thought he might race away too far. Don't lose focus. Device is flanking long, but Stewie not Stewie, sorry, Elige is flanking that same position. The bomb makes its way towards the site, and Magisk is alone now, pushing through B tunnel. But it seems that Elige is just in the matrix. And that's a fast round in the bag for Team Liquid. Astralis back on the buy once more. This time Device could even afford some Kevlar.
I fancy that. It does feel like Liquid, now they're getting some breathing space. We're starting to see, Twist being activated, Elige being activated. Nitro is 2 for 17. That is kind of crazy on Dust 2 after 21 rounds have been played. So we'll have to see if Nitro can get into the game here.
That is really shocking.
Here we go, another long take coming in. Lige will lose Stewie, but he's made his way forward. He has to make it count, though, for his team. Oh, my God. Sipex is just so good. Committing, doubling down Team Liquid. The retake. Is it going to come in again from Astralis? They are just holding the position now. And this is really tough. What do they do here? Device hits Nitro down to 5 HP. Nitro can't get anything going his way. And Naf is dead now as well. There's nothing left, James. Or is there? Twist, that's a great flick.
Yeah, Twist is still alive, and they still have the bomb, Team Liquid. They have one smoke. It is possible to cross with one smoke if you're MSL, but if you're not, might be a little more difficult. He's got a line up from close. That goes into CT spawn. You can see Glaive would be beyond that position. But they found another smoke, so here they go. Double Molotovs as well. Glaive with some spray, and Twist delivers a very vital frag.
That is crazy. I have no idea how he found that. That's going to really go a long way. They're going to have enough time to get the bomb down. Now it's a bad plant, but that's okay. Nitro covering from Carp, and Twist is gone. It's up to Nitro now. 5 HP, but Device will catch him from the flank. It's a good effort from Twist, but... Okay, so if everything goes perfectly, at least what happens now is they've done enough damage to Astralis' economy in this situation, even though they carry through 2 orbs, that they can get an economic reset if they wipe out the entire team and win the next round. But that's what they kind of have to do.
Yeah, well, some kind of a reset. Again, doesn't go all the way down to 0 anymore. Nitro, 2 for 18 in the last map of a grand final. The problem with that is, right, it's never too late to turn things around, but just psychologically, you're so aware of what you're doing versus what your teams are doing that that's going to make you perform even worse. Astralis now, they're 2 rounds away from the championship. They're becoming notorious in London, at least, for their family storming the stage.
Yeah.
Gonna have to hire additional security, but here we go. Team Liquid on the buy once again. So the loss bonus has gone down 2 notches for Astralis. Stewie's on the AWP, 4 Kriegs out for Team Liquid. The 2 ops continue for Astralis, of course. 1 step closer, Astralis. Liquid still not too far away. This is doable. Just focus 1 round at a time. Look at those odds. 7.43 for Team Liquid. Dupree tagged through the doors.
Double orbs. It's going to be a tough one to deal with. Fortunately for Team Liquid, they don't have too many players going through the tunnels, so they won't be susceptible to this boost. The flashbang will actually dismantle the boost. We'll see the Astralis defenders change their positions. A reconfiguration of the topography of their defense.
Glaive really curious in this short position. This is a little risky. Oh, the HE behind Xbox. Not too shabby. And there's a Molotov in exchange. 1 minute on the clock, and Astralis are trying to slow down Liquid and put them in a bad situation in terms of time. More mollies from Team Liquid. The mollies, I have to say, have been outstanding from Astralis on the T side, especially towards that B bomb site, which Liquid might be posturing for. I do wonder.
Well, this is the problem. Liquid know that Astralis have Cat. You don't want to go for a B split if you've got the CTs sitting on Catwalk. You need to get rid of the CTs on Cat. But it might, oh no, the worst thing possible, jumping through the smoke into Sipex, and 2 players have gone down immediately there for Team Liquid. What do? They've got 30 seconds to get a bomb planted. This is terrible. That's
a catastrophe. At this point, to take such a risk, 20 seconds, they could still take the B bomb site. They've got a 3 versus 2. The Device is creeping through the smoke, but Dupree has a free angle, and he can play off of Magisk as well. They're just walking to their deaths, and it's match point, it's championship point for Astralis. What just happened on short?
Oh no. Oh, that's such a rough spot. Oh, what has happened there? Jumping through the smoke. I wonder what happened. Like, it'd be so interesting to hear what, from Elise, like what the plan was there, because obviously he kind of anticipated it to go that way.
Well, it's championship point for Astralis. Naf is on a scout, but there are 4 AKs for Team Liquid. Nitro 2 for 19. There's still time to turn things around. Stewie getting aggressive. Oh, the 180 from Device! Okay, so Zipex 180 and Device holding his teammates' health up, keeping him alive. Device just taking out players by the pit now. 3 remain. I think Device knows that there's 1 more in the pit. That's Nitro. His teammates have to play off of him. Ali doing what he can. He spots 1. He's blind. Almost gets a second, but not quite. The bomb hasn't been spotted just yet. Naf needs an upgrade, and he gets it.
Oh, they won't expect Dupree to be in this forward position. Oh, man, that's so demoralizing now. It's Nitro. He's still 2 for 19. He's the last man standing. Has to increase his score. He's up against Device with the AWP by car. He knows he's there. Great flick there. And Nitro will finish him off. This is doable now. There's a minute to go. The bomb... I mean, Nitro can't know anything about what's going on the map right now. He was at long for so long, and Dupree, he's going to be taking that T-spawn position. He could shoot Nitro in the back. This is such a problem. I think that's exactly what's going to happen here. There it is, shot in the back, and Astralis again proving that they are the greatest of all time, James.
That was a masterclass from Astralis. You really wonder if there is a ceiling at all for this team. The comeback on Vertigo, the dominance on the CT side of Nuke, and then Dust 2 was just a different level. Absolutely monstrous performance from Astralis. As good as you think they are, they're better.
Yeah, it's really incredible just to see that Astralis just have this quality to them that it doesn't matter the level of pressure. It doesn't really... They've been through so many tests and they found so many answers and they failed in so many ways. I mean, let's not forget, a 2-year period where that Danish core had a lot of issues with choking. And now look at them. 2 years of just incredible dominance from this team. It's just something that's so remarkable. There's no one like them.
Peak performance day in, day out from Astralis. You can see what it means to them. I've lost count of how many ECSs they've won, but what fashion to do it with more tournaments to come to close out the year. That is a statement for everybody watching.
Yeah, and for Liquid, they'll have to keep on chasing, James, because once again, it's all about Astralis.
Great stuff from them. They're going to get some medals on the way shortly. Astralis, oh my God, they just keep making a bigger and bigger record for themselves.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Eric Brinkley from FACEIT and Jonathan Odetone from Esports Stadium Arlington to present the championship medals to the ECS Season 8 champions, Astralis.
Well, it's a great legacy for Astralis that they continue to build every day. So, I mean, it's just unbelievable. That performance in the final was just nuclear proportions.
Yeah, it's one thing to achieve greatness, it's another thing entirely to continue to innovate and push the envelope. And Liquid, they have to keep chasing. And for them, that's the story. But for Astralis, it's about perfection. And they keep reaching it, James. There's no one that is able to do what they have done and continue to do.
Yeah, that was... oh, well, I get flowers.
Oh.
Where's my flowers?
The pretty flowers.
It's like the ice skaters. Well, there's a ceremony in Esports Arlington, Esports Stadium Arlington representatives to give out the pretty flowers. It's like we're on Inferno, Dan.
Absolutely. I think this is cool, man. We're changing up the dynamic here, bringing out the flowers. I like it.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Well, again, congratulations to Astralis for winning in such just an amazing fashion. I mean, it's brutal to watch if you're Team Liquid, but it's amazing to watch. Oh wow, that's fantastic. I'm glad I'm not reaching for them flowers. That's for sure.
Well, there it is, ladies and gents, your ECS Season 8 champions. It is, of course, the Danes, the greatest of all time. It is Astralis. And down on the stage, of course, Sue is joining them for an interview.
Who's he going to running away? They're trying to escape. Trying to leg it.
Congratulations, Glaive. Astralis champions once again. 5th title alone in 2019. But what is it like? There have been 8 ECSs and you have won 4 of them. 50% are Astralis's. What is that like?
Yeah, I mean, maybe we should have participated in ECS instead of Blast, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it feels good to win all these tournaments. 5 this year is amazing for us. I know we won a lot last year as well, but it still feels so nice to make a comeback into the year, not having the best start into the year, but now making the comeback feels really nice.
Watching you guys play in this server is incredible as well. Let's talk about the map veto. We saw Zonic tweet that it kind of caught him off guard. What was your reaction when you saw that they did to you what you did to them at the major?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a gimmick pick, right? As Elise said last time. So, but I mean, I think they have been playing Vertigo a lot in practice. So, and I actually saw Nitro. He wrote something about that they would show in this final what they have been practicing. So I guess that was the Vertigo pick. And I think they did pretty good, even though I felt like we should have won, but I think they was better in the end, and we had such a bad start into the game, so that's what lost us the game.
Yeah, break that one down for us, because as you just mentioned, you had that comeback late in that second half, and it was so neck and neck. And just as you mentioned, even if it did eventually slip away from you, it was such a fantastic game to watch. Yeah,
Vertigo can be pretty nice. It's really hectic. A lot is going on the map at the same time. I mean, they didn't even use B. They didn't take B control, they didn't take mid control, they just went A, so it kind of reminds me of the old Vertigo, because everybody just went A, but I think the changes has been pretty good on Vertigo, but I mean, I think there's more stuff to do, and Valve will probably remake it once again.
And Team Liquid is a team that you've played quite a few times since the major. Every single time you guys have won, but despite that, Liquid has been very vocal about the fact that they're a lot more confident now than they were in the past. So what was it like playing against this Liquid today?
Yeah, I think they did pretty good, but we just want to show that 2019 or 2018, it's just numbers. Astralis will always be the best.
Indeed, I think you said it yourself. With this win, you definitely solidified that #1 spot even further. What can we expect you guys for the rest of the year?
So we have 2 more tournaments going directly to our home country in Denmark, going to Odense, play ESL Pro League. Hopefully gonna win there. We won it last time. That was crazy. We won the Grand Slam as well there. So hopefully. Then we're going to Bahrain. Blast Pro Series finals, that's going to be crazy. Only 4 teams, but that will be a good way to end the year, especially if we win.
Well, congratulations once again, and give it up for your ECS Season 8 champions, Astralis!
Thank you so much for that one, Stu. Yes, Astralis, the undisputed kings of CSGO. As Stu highlighted, this is their 4th ECS trophy. They have won 50% of all ECS tournaments. That's a phenomenal number.
Yeah, I'm struggling to win 50% of my pugs, so yeah, that's a pretty decent number to look back on. Wow, man, I really thought Dust 2 would be closer. It's kind of crazy that Nuke was even closer than Dust 2. Liquid looked really rough on this map, but there was so many, like this round especially, it was like Mad just peeking Naf with that SG. And then there was Stewie, who in spots looked so strong. He was coming up with these really great op frags. Even on the T side was opping primarily, because I think he was just playing well, but it just wasn't enough. Nobody else was really playing that well.
No, I mean, the only thing Liquid had going for the first half was basically Stewie.
Yeah.
Like, he was one of the sole reasons why they got those 3 rounds. There were some shiny moments there and there where Naf was trying and Twist, but Twist was the guy who was like showing up on the T side.
The second half, yeah.
But it wasn't enough. It was 2 little rounds, and then they felt like they didn't really have that energy left to, you know, go out and bird and actually really put up a huge fight against Astralis, because Astralis just played amazingly good.
Yeah, they really have, and it's incredible to see them lifting a trophy here again, because this time last year they were lifting the trophy against MIB. Obviously they lost out last season to Vitality, but of course all these incredible moments brought to you by NVIDIA. And as we take a look at the scoreboard here, we can see exactly what you were illustrating, Launders. There were obviously a phenomenal performance from Twist and Stewie, but going down to the bottom of the scoreboard, Nitro, man, like, it just fell apart for him.
Yeah, he just, I don't know, he looked a bit despondent. Like, just looking at the cameras from what you can, see, he just didn't look like he was too into it. Was probably, it is the roughest when you're the IGL and you lose, because you basically get no shine, and you get less shine in terms of you're buying nades, you're dropping guns, you're picking strats. If you don't actually win the round or win the map, you don't get to feel good. And so there's not going to be much of a win for Nitro until the map is over. I mean, there's a lot of other wins for other players depending on their roles, but for Nitro, it's the only time he feels good is just at the end of the game.
Yeah, and it's really unfortunate, mostly because he was playing so well during the 2 first maps.
Yeah.
Especially on Vertigo, he was one of the biggest reasons why you had a big lead in the first half there. So it's a little bit sad to see that's happening, but if we go over to device 29-12,
oh my God.
I even wrote down the underlying device
Yeah.
with Magus as a twist.
117 ADR from him. It's so phenomenal that he keeps showing he is one of the best players in the world. He just doesn't stop.
They didn't have enough of a safety net. Looking at those stats, like Twist and Elige both are. Twist and Elige both pulled past Stewie in terms of ADR and kills, and a lot of that I guess was on the T side, where they got a lot more. They just felt a lot more comfortable, but they just didn't have the safety net of like being able to lose a few rounds to figure out where the strats were going, and you can't guarantee a round, especially not on Dust 2. So yeah, it was just like that first half was too much.
Yes, exactly. I mean, just talking about that first half a little bit more, obviously we saw Astralis looking so dominant in there. Was that, do you think, a mistake on the part of Liquid just not being able to counter it, or was it just Astralis doing Astralis things?
I think it was part, like, SGs were a big part of it. Like Matt just had so much confidence peeking Naf at long over and over again. He got, like, way too many kills that way, and then because of the slow start from most of the guys, I think on the A side of the map in particular, like DDK pointed out, Stewie was on B. When they'd go B, they'd still win, but he'd get 2 kills. Then they stopped going B entirely. And then Stewie is in a gridlock where he needs to take care of B. They can't switch roles in the middle of the half because of a bad performance, and so he can't really help out A as much. B player is going to be last to rotate, so if there's a lot of A presence, you really got to rely on the 3 guys that are there to put up numbers.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate, mostly for Liquid there. It was like, the first scanner was happening, they actually won, and they were hitting B fast, and just, pushing it directly, and it became so they had low money directly in the beginning of the match, and then this things just like Astralis was just punishing them so more and more and more when they were going against the A side. I was trying to like figure out how many rounds specifically when they were going to different bomb sites, but in the same time, like, it was pretty even. They were like playing around with Liquid, it felt like sometimes.
Right.
No, yes, and of course, you saw Astralis up there on the stage getting presented with their medals. They will be presented with the trophy, but we did have some issues getting it through customs, so that will be sent to Astralis HQ to line the wall with all their other trophies. They've already got 3 ECS trophies. That's not like they really need one more, do they?
Yeah. I mean, at a certain point, maybe just start shaping them like the Astralis logo, because it's close enough, right?
Exactly. Well, Mohan, you've picked up on a round in particular throughout this series. It wasn't a round from Astralis, it is from Liquid, but I think that's fair enough because there were some phenomenal rounds from them.
Yeah, this was just like looking at Stewie like really early on when he was starting to play well, and he thought, I thought first of all that Liquid were going to play a lot better in the rest of the game, but he gets this 3K, and this is like a spam. He fails on the door, but then lines up the spam again through the car, and this is just like a callback to Vertigo, where he was so good at getting these wall bangs in, and then here's him performing the retake with like 20 or so HP, getting 2 of the last 3 kills, and kind of just doing what Stewie does, and that's being everywhere all at once, being really hard to predict, kind of always moving, but not just necessarily running straight ahead. And yeah, he's a tough act to follow at times. You can show how much he can do with such low HP, but a pretty good round here from Stewie, although it ends up being inconsequential given the result of the map.
Yeah, I think that's what can be so painful sometimes, even though when some players pull through, it just wasn't enough for them. But they did give Astralis a run for their money, and that's what I like to see. I want to see teams getting up there and trying to push Astralis out that #1 spot.
And I mean, I think, we saw a lot. We saw that the fact that, like, from the outside, it looks like, okay, for Astralis, it's another victory. People already thought they were going to win. We do have the perfect bracket set up, teams 1 through 4, and then Astralis win. That's kind of exactly what we were expecting and what we wanted, technically, right? Like, the better team kept winning over and over again. But if you look closer at the nuanced details about the fact that the veto for Liquid has improved now that they've opened up Vertigo, that poses a threat. They're going to play again in Bahrain. There's a potential chance for them to now do something different, whereas before today, we didn't know that there was any chance that they could come up with anything interesting in the veto. So that boot camp was huge recently. That can change things for the future, but for Astralis, they've rounded out their 3 kind of series versus Liquid, just to kind of put it to bed for now, at least, that they are definitely the winners. You got to love that soundbite from Glaive to say that 2018, 2019, those are numbers, but we're going to be the best forever. That was pretty
I mean,
good.
that's really ballsy of someone to say it out, but in the same time, no one can take that away from him, especially when you're looking for last year and this year in general. Like, come on, like three majors in a row and like 4 in total, and like how dominant they are in general, like how they're playing CS is next level, and they still keep doing it and they keep delivering, and they're coming up with so many gimmicks in different maps, especially new one with Verigo. We saw there with the pre-boosted on the B side. You know, there are small things there and there that's so amazing to see, because there's not so many teams that are using like small gimmicks in the game, but I mean, soon enough, I guess people like to copy Astralis, so maybe we're gonna see that more.
Yeah, exactly. They are so exciting to watch, and I hope we can keep that excitement up. We're going to take a little recap of our head-to-head. We highlighted 2 players before this grand final series, and let's see how they match up with their stats. Oh, that is a very nice comparison.
Wow, I'm actually surprised that Elige had more ADR than Magis, because for me, outside of Device, it felt like Magis was just having the most impact, especially on those entries on T side. So I guess Elige really kind of just brought it back in that second half, and made it quite competitive. But yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That's really cool. But it's kind of interesting though with the leash that is having that, because mostly like I remember on Vertigo he felt like kind of invisible till the actually very end when he did like the 3K with spamming through the wall and like clutching it, and actually doing a lot of heavy work in the end, because Stewie was one of the reasons like he played around a playmaker, like he always, and like he did a lot of things for them in the overtime. But then the leash just took it up a notch, and I mean, didn't they win like 1 round with 1 Deagle and like Glock?
There's actually so many Deagle kills that ended up converting for both teams. It feels like the aim also. I mean, I thought you couldn't just like I thought there was only so much you could do more with aim, but I guess with the Krieg being so accurate, it's like if you're a good aimer, if you're feeling very good that day, you're just taken to a new level, and it just feels like the kills are getting more and more insane every day.
Yes, exactly that. We're going to take a look at our HyperX X factor of the match. I think we said this literally every single series, but there are so many plays that this could be. Launders, you care to take a guess?
Device on the pistol rounds?
Potentially.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah, the
this
3K
is worth it.
Upstairs.
I mean, I love this, especially like if we looked at Ori and just really seen into it, because we see that it's only 3 kills and it's just like the winning the retake, but how he did it, and he actually just like fell through the cracks that no one spotted him, and he getting those like easy kills, but that's just like turn around completely, and it just made Astralis just going closer to the finish of the line, because that was like, what was it, like 11-10? I didn't see the numbers there, so it was like a close game still, but winning that thing, especially when Ciplix wasn't performing that well. He had like 3 kills before, I think, and he got like 6 kills there. So it's like, that's a pretty good and very impressive from being, if he was looking over his stats and he didn't feel pumped, then he does something like that.
It's a great sign, yeah.
Well, thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining me up on the desk all weekend long. It's been an absolute pleasure to pick your brains, especially you, Get Right. You've done a fantastic job as an analyst. It's been awesome. We'd like to extend a massive shout out to our sponsors. And of course, make sure you head on over to caffeine.tv, because the fun doesn't stop here. We will be up on stage, myself and Launders, with Parla and 2 more very special guests indeed, to chat all things Counter-Strike with Parla. It's going to be so much fun. I'd like to extend a massive shout out to everybody in production and everybody who came here into the arena. It was a fantastic show, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. We'll see you next season.